Okay, I'm getting on it here already. It's funny how you get anxious to do something you haven't touched for over a year. Okay, I got the 3/4 inch 40/41 steel tube here for the axle. I got, that's 3/4 of an inch. This 3/4 inch 6061 T6 aluminum. That'll be for the spreader bars. This is the plan's called originally for aluminum square tube. I'm going with 4130 steel because in Canada we don't have to build it at that 252 pound empty weight limitation. We don't have that here. So I'm building a stronger airplane. It's a bigger airplane, and it's about 16 inches longer than the prototype, and it's 24 inches wide, and it's going to be heavier. I figure it'll come in around 300 pounds, so I'm with the 4130. Now I ran into something I noticed with the 4130. There's a square tubing. Uh-oh. That was loud. To put it in the 1.25 inch U channel, it doesn't want to go. So she's too tight of a fit. And I've seen guys that had the other airplanes that use a similar method, the U channel on the bottom for your wing struts will go in here, and of course you'll land your bolt in here. Lots of drag. I noticed what they did was they just crushed the steel a bit, or the aluminum actually. Not a chance in hell I'm going to do that. So I opted for putting a piece inside, and I'll put a couple of bolts in there to hold that instead of welding. And of course, with a washer or two, which would be ideal, it'll fit in there without squishing or spreading, putting stresses on this. So pick this up. I made quite a bang. And something you see, the original one was about 16 inches shorter, I think. I opted for the long. It's all within the options of the plans. Yeah, so the original one's 139 3/4 inches, and the stretch is 156 inches. So that's what this one is. The other option, the original was 18 inches wide. I built this one so far 24 inches wide. And another option, they're using U-channel as well, 3/4 inch, or 1 inch I should say, that would just run across. And I opted to use these steel straps with 4130 cabanes, and I'm just using the aluminum here. I doubled that up. There's another piece inside because of the extra weight of the airplane and the pilot. I'm 6'2" right now. I'm 135 pounds, so, or 235 pounds. That'd be quite the skeleton, Mr. Anorexic. 235 pounds. So there she is. And something else I did was got a little logbook going. A bit of the expense part here, what I've been putting into materials, which is I've got half the, between mine changing, I got enough material to start another airplane between wheels and an engine. I got a 503 Rotax I bought for this one. Don't like the buzzing in the two-stroke, so I got a Generac or a Valley Engineering engine, which is an upgraded Generac. It's going to be around 40 horse. So the first day I started on this would have been December 2007. I had 5 hours. I started building the ribs, and then till March 17th, 2008, and so pretty much started December 2007. All the ribs are built for this airplane. 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, last year. Never touched it. Too busy with work. And then of course we get the summer. I don't build in the summer because it's playtime. Winter, spring and or fall and winter came. The weather was so gorgeous, as you can tell by my videos. I was out flying and shooting and getting run over on my Harley. So 2012, we're starting on her today, and this is I think it's the 17th or 18th. Today's the 18th of January, and I'm going to get at her again. And I'm using the landing gear is going to be the Jenny style, so like I mentioned what I was doing over there. You'll see what I'm up to when we get going. Basically, this is a side view. Just a square tube. I'll cut an oval for the axle, slide up and down. I'll probably reinforce the sides. Thinking about putting nylitol bushings in there. And then the cable, aircraft cable, bracing it forward and aft here. Yep. And I'm going to go with, I got the spoked wheels for it already. Motorcycle wheels, basically. And I got the, as you saw, I got the material out already. There's the propeller, that's a culver prop. Nice propeller. It's the same length as the one on the Continental, 72-inch prop. That's my bench full of material, lots of wood. I got this wood kit, and I opted to go with a wood kit instead of scrounging for two reasons. One, I really didn't know what to look for. I do now that I got the wood kit, but I didn't really know what to look for wood. So I got this kit from Aircraft Supplies in Salmon Arm, British Columbia. He's authorized by Roger Mann to make the wood kit for the Heath parasol and the tiger moth as well from RagWing. And these are all the ribs. Used to be nice and orderly, but these are all the wing ribs for the plane. That's the most tedious part, I think, of the whole airplane, is building those bad boys. Yep. Quite a piece of bridge work. They recommended using the it's wood glue, kind of foams up when it's drying. I decided to go with two types. I put most of the fuselage together with this industrial formulators because the basement's so cool. It didn't seem to want to dry. I wasn't feeling too comfy about it, so I switched to the West Systems. It's 3-part epoxy. That stuff, it dries fine down here in the basement. It's not damp down here, but it is cool. And so Alberta is pretty dry here. So there she is, upside downy. Oh, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of U-channel out, and I'll probably put it in, gently put it in that vise over there. I'll use some wood not to damage that. And I'll build the landing gear on the bench rather than on the airplane. As you can see, Lots of things will whack overhead here. Yeah, that one's been whacked. Well, actually, this airplane's so old, the tissue, the dope never stops shrinking, and the tissue just pops after a while. That airplane's older than I am. It's a shoestring stunter from Carl Goldberg. It's an oldie. My great uncle built that before my time. Anyway, enough of the models. And about all I'm going to do tonight, I think. Tomorrow I'll start cutting and tongue-in-cheeking and stuff after I take another trip to the dump.